Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Natasha here, coming live to you from Spain. For those of you who haven't seen me before, who you haven't met yet, I'm the face of this page. I am an online business owner. I'm also a mentor, and I help the people worldwide start their own online business from scratch, providing them everything they need to get set up and run a successful business online. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I got mixed up with with the time zones because I'm going to be interviewing Al from Alberta, Canada, and I got the times all mixed up. Things happen when one person lives in the other side of the world, so I'm sorry about that. I should have been here 2 hours ago. But anyway, we've got it arranged, so we're going to do this interview now. And I'm going to invite him on, and he'll tell himself. He'll share with you his story. This is going to be amazing, and I'm so thankful that he accepted my invitation. So I'm very excited. So I'm going to invite him on. Let's see where he is. Yes, there he is. Hi, Al.
Hello, Natasha. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How about you?
Not too bad at all.
So do people call you Al or Alan?
Pardon me?
Do people call you Al or Alan?
Either way, my wife always calls me Alan, but most of the people who have known me forever call me Al.
Okay then.
just don't call me late for dinner. I'm enjoying some spring, Natasha. It's warmed up here considerably, although today is kind of cloudy and a little bit cooler. And
we some of the areas in Canada, there's still snow over there, isn't there?
Yeah, we had it's pretty well all melted now, but we had a little skiff last night, and this morning is a little bit cloudy and a little bit cool. I haven't gone for my morning walk yet. Usually I go first thing in the morning, because usually our days, our mornings are beautiful, like beautiful, clear blue skies. And well, you've seen some of my pictures on the page.
Yes. I'm following you. Yeah, it's nice spring weather here in Spain also.
Yeah, exactly, Natasha. It amazes me. I'm going to talk a little bit about business just for a moment. But this business totally amazes me that you can be in Spain. I can be in Alberta, Canada, in Olds, Alberta, Canada, a small town, Alberta, Canada, in the central part of Canada. And yet we can speak to each other just like we're in the same room.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it is. And the thing that I appreciate about it the most, I think, it's nice to talk to you, and it's nice to talk to Araneth and all of the various people who I talk to around the world. But the thing that for me is the most paramount is that it gives our business such authenticity.
Yeah,
a person would have to be foolish to think that this is any sort of a scam or any sort of a con job, and yet you still see the odd person who comments on your post once in a while, scam. and it makes me shake my head, it breaks my heart, because people are so set in the old conventional traditional ways that they don't understand, and they refuse. And in the case of my own family, my sister, for example, is dead set against the internet. My two younger brothers, I'm the oldest of four. My two younger brothers are anti-internet if ever there was two. And I'm going, like, why? It's here to stay.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on, Natasha. Sorry.
If it was just something that's passing through, but it's like you said, it's not going away. And everything, and now more than ever, everything is moving to the online space. So why not?
Absolutely. With this pandemic thing, for example, the Chinese plague, whatever you want to call it. Call it what it is. But at the end of the day, people lost their livelihoods. People's businesses got shut down. My own business, I got shut down 10 years ago when Alberta had its last economic crash and meltdown. But, Maria and me have been through 4 recessions, and this last time I said to her, you know what, honey, that's enough. Like, we've got to do something different. So we tried a number of different things. And at the end of the day, almost 4 years ago now, we found this business. And I mean, what can I say? I've never looked back. I've never been so happy. I've never been so blessed. I mean, I have people in my life like you. We have close to 80,000 members from all across the planet that are I'm going to say 95% as happy as you and I are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, so that speaks volumes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So anyway.
So
I'm dominating the conversation. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. So what made you make the move online? So what?
Well, it was a combination of things, Natasha. First of all, I'm 64 years old, even though I only look like I'm 51. I know. Don't hold the applause, please. But I'm 64, and my poor old body is worn out. Like, it's tired. I've been in construction and real estate my whole life, and since I was 16 years old, I started in the construction business with two uncles originally from Germany. They were both immigrants, came to Canada, and that's who I apprenticed under and who I learned under. So anyway, after 40 some years of, the real estate business, I was only in it 27 years, but the construction business, I was in it more than 40. And so my poor old body is saying to me, hey, Al, like, that's enough. You cannot bend anymore like you used to. You cannot do the things you used to do when you were 20. You cannot even do the things you used to do when you were 30, 40, and 50. So that was number one. And number two was the fact, as I said a little while ago, I've lived through 4 recessions in Alberta, and those are not pleasant. I mean, booms and busts, and Alberta is a typical oil province. Like, it goes in cycles, booms and busts. And so everything follows suit with the oil industry. Real estate is up and down. Construction is up and down. Everything is like a new bride's nightgown. And, it's just up and down. And I said to Maria 10 years ago when we went through this last recession, I said, you know what? That is enough. We are going to find something that is more my age, something that is a whole lot less labor intensive, because, honey, we are going into our golden and sunset years, and we just cannot do this anymore. So anyway, that is basically the two main factors. There were others as well, but those were the two main ones.
So you probably get these questions because you're retired now, I assume.
Well, I would. It depends.
With this business, you don't have to retire.
It depends on how you define retire, Natasha. I mean, I am now a digital entrepreneur. I work at this full time, and my wife, she for the past year and 4 months now, she's been stuck in Mexico. So I'm here in Canada, and Maria is in Monterrey, Mexico. Maria is Mexican. My wife is Mexican. Oh. So anyway, last October, a year ago in 2019, October, she wanted to go on a little vacation. Her and her buddies go on a little vacation every year. And I said, yeah, honey, go. I mean, go and have fun. I said, I'll join you at, Christmas or New Year's time. So anyway, she went down, had her little vacation with her friends. Christmas and New Year's came, and my mom is getting up in years and she's got Parkinson's. And so anyway, mom was saying, well, I'd kind of like you to come here. I said, sure, no problem. So anyway, I contacted Maria and I said, you know what, I'm going to spend Christmas with mom. Well, then after that, we got into New Year's, and then January came and went, and then we got COVID. Yeah. And so anyway, I've been stuck here in Canada. Maria's been stuck in Mexico. And so we are separated, sort of. Something's ringing. I don't know what though. Hang on one sec, Natasha. I got to check out what's ringing here. I think maybe it's my messenger or Skype.
Yeah, somebody's calling you on Messenger.
Something's ringing.
Well, not on my side.
Facebook. That's what it is. I didn't close Facebook. Hang on a second, Natasha. Sorry about that. I've got to close Facebook up there. Speaking of Maria, that was my wife trying to call me because I told her about the interview, and then I said, well, I think maybe Natasha had some kind of problem because blah blah blah. So anyway, I said to her, I said, well, we'll do the interview whenever we can, and so now here we are doing it. But anyway, with all this interruption, now I forgot what your question was.
Why did you start on the online space?
Well, yeah, and I suppose coming with age, comes the you're not quite as sharp as you were at one time, and I mean I'm still quite sharp mentally, and still physically able to do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, we could not any longer carry on what we had been doing for the past 40 some years. I mean, I suppose I could have, but you just don't have that same rush out of bed in the morning with the passion to go to work. And so I said to Maria, I said, that's enough of this. We've got to find something that's lighter, something that's more my age, something that is going to give us a very good living. However, like, Maria and I have a, how will I word this? We have a certain lifestyle that we've grown accustomed to. And, poverty is not in the equation of things. And mostly it's been, I'm not going to say huge prosperity, but it's been prosperity and abundance. And of course, subject to the Alberta ups and downs and booms and busts. We've been millionaires from time to time, and we've been negative $50,000 in the line of credit from time to time. We save our money, and then a bust would come and we'd have to bail ourselves out, and we use up all the money. So anyway, now I remember what you asked me. You said, was I retired?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said to you, well, define retirement. Because honestly, I am in this business full time. Yeah. And Maria helps me a little bit from the background. I mean, when she was in Canada previously, yes, she helped me, and you've seen a lot of our pictures with us eating ice cream and, a lot of our together pictures. But more recently, for the past year and change, you have not seen her and me in the same photo. You might see us in individual photos, like sometimes she'll send me a photo and I'll post it. But I am in this business full time. And you know what? I just wish that I would have been able to do it sooner than I did. I mean, as you know, the business is only a little over 4 years old to begin with.
Yeah.
Our business. I mean, there's online businesses that are a lot older than that, of course. But the one that we're involved in is a little more than 4 years old. And so, it wouldn't have been possible more than 4 years ago.
True.
But anyway, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, Natasha. And honestly, I mean, I'm making a living that is far superior in every way to anything that I've ever done before in my life. And that includes, I've had $1 million deals in real estate, like multi-million-dollar deals in real estate. And, you get $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $100,000 on a commission check sometimes.
Yeah.
But, as money aside, this business is superior in every way. And I cannot emphasize that enough.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's my retirement.
We are not going to retire. The business runs for us. So why?
I think I'll retire when they boot my fat ass into the hole in the ground.
So, what would you say that our system differentiates from other online businesses? Because there's so many things out there, as you already said. So why us?
There are, Natasha, and between, like I said, Maria and me, excuse me, Maria and I should say, not Maria and me, that's improper grammar. Maria and I retired from construction about 10 years ago, and it was a combination of the recession and the meltdown, the Alberta economic meltdown, and us deciding. It was a combination of factors. It wasn't any one thing. And so that happened in 2012. Let me think now, in April. I think it was April or March of 2012. So it's nearly 10 years ago. And anyway, after that, Maria and I tried a number of things, some of it online, some of it, lighter jobs. We've both been very entrepreneurial our whole lives, and we're very ambitious. We've got initiative. We were brought up with the work ethic. We're not afraid of work. We're not afraid of taking a risk. We're not afraid of lots of things. In fact, sometimes to the point of being foolhardy. And I remember, I think it was probably 8 or 9 years ago, I got into an online venture, and it was like they had me hook, line, and sinker, and it took me for 40 or 50,000 bucks before I finally figured out that, hey, this is not going anywhere. This is a bad deal. And I was in it for, I'm going to say 3 or 4 months probably. But the people who did it were professional criminals, and they were very, very good. But then, look at it. I mean, a criminal does that for a living, right? Whether he's a bank robber or whatever he is, an online scammer, whatever, they have to be good at what they do. Exactly. Otherwise, they're not going to convince anybody. So anyway, I took this thing, hook, line, and sinker, and I ran with it for 3 or 4 months. And finally, one day I said to Maria, I said, you know what? And there was red flags along the way. And I got, well, anyway, the long story short, I got extremely suspicious after about 4 months. And so I just cut it off. And it was a lot like this, this binary type stuff, Bitcoin, whatever you want to call it. I don't know all that stuff, the names of it all. But anyway, it was a very similar thing. So then we tried some other things. We tried, what else did we try? We tried Tupperware. We tried party light candles. We tried isogenics, health food type stuff, and supplements and all that. And that was all good. Those were all legitimate businesses. But the thing of it was, Natasha, if I'm going to pay off my oceanfront condo in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, which is where Maria and I typically spend our winters. We spend our summer months, 6 months in Alberta, Canada, and 6 months on the beautiful, sandy, sunny, hot beaches of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So my point being that I had to finance that condo because after the last recession, Maria and I wanted a vacation home of our own. But we were a little bit short of cash. So anyway, the long story short, I financed it. And I said to her, well, no, don't worry, honey. We'll pay it off. So with these other businesses, when I took a look at selling isogenics, for example, I mean, I have to sell a lot of product to pay 1 month mortgage payments, let alone pay off the whole condo. Yeah. So then we tried Amazon, and the list goes on and on. We tried all sorts of different things. And so finally, one July afternoon, and I was looking the whole time. I was in something, but then I said to Maria, I said, you know what, this is chicken feed. Like, I was born and raised on a ranch. So, I speak a lot of metaphors that are ranch farm type. And so when I say chicken feed, that's like taking the grain and sprinkling it for the chickens. So anyway, we were still searching, and one July evening, boom, this came up, and I took a look, and I went, sounds too good to be true. And my dad always used to tell me, Alan, if it sounds too good to be true, usually it is. Yeah. So, and that stuck with me my whole life. And even though I got burned on that one deal, it wasn't all that bad. And so when I looked at this business, it was just like Darren and Mike and Leanne. I didn't know Leanne very well. I spent most of my time communicating with Darren and Mike, and like, they are so genuine, so honest, so down to earth. This business is so full of integrity. And
Yeah.
anyway, the point that I'm making is that when I first discovered it, we did our due diligence and our authenticity checks and our background checks and, every other kind of check that you can think of. And at the end of the day, I said, you know what? I got no choice. I gotta at least watch this webinar. Yeah. So I watched Mike and Darren, and back in those days, they used to do the webinar together. Darren would manage the chat roll, and Mike would do his slideshow. And I don't know how long you've been in it, Natasha, but things have evolved a lot with our business in the past 4 years. Man, oh man, oh man. Exactly. But anyway, back in the day, I watched the webinar and I went, $99. Back in those days, it was $99. Since then, it's now $149. But whatever. I mean, it could be $549. It'd still be a smoking deal.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, I said to Maria, I said, honey, for $99, we cannot possibly not take a look at this. So I threw in the $99, exactly. And you know the story from there.
That's right. I'm amazed that you kept trying, because for me, this is the only online business I've ever done.
Oh, really?
So it's my first, and it was just like, go for it.
you hit the jackpot. Cheers.
I guess so. I did. Oh my gosh.
By the way, this is coffee, not whiskey. But I say cheers anyway. But no, Natasha, honestly, with all my heart and soul, you hit the jackpot, girl. Yeah. I mean,
I hear all these stories from you guys, and from other members of our community on other digital businesses they've done before, and I think, oh my gosh, I because I've never done anything like this previously, so this was for me the first. It was the first ad I saw. It was the first time I checked it out. I did check the webinar out. I thought, oh my gosh, like you, is this really real? Is this too good to be true? And I thought I just had to check it out. I thought, imagine if it is, and I just missed that. I missed that opportunity to just jump in and. Oh, thankfully, I followed my gut and a bit of push of my husband. He said, go for it. And here I
am. And is your husband Dutch as well, Natasha?
No, he's Spanish.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, he's Spanish.
Because I recall reading on your profile, or I don't know, someplace you mentioned that you're Dutch.
Yes, I'm Dutch. Yes, and I live in Spain.
Yeah. But no, like I said, this business of ours that we're in, you and me and 80,000 others. I'm going to round it up and say 80,000. I mean, we're so close, it's not even funny.
There. Yeah.
We're within a few hundred of being 80,000 members worldwide. And I mean, when you look at it, you pay the $149, which is your lifetime membership fee. Mm-hmm. And what on earth are you going to get for $149 nowadays that even comes close to giving you this sort of potential? And back in my day, when I signed up for the $99, the training was there. Yes, Darren and Mike and Leanne had done a tremendous job of the training, but it was 1/50th of what it is now. Yeah. Like now, I mean, a school child could do this. I have a little friend from BC, and we've never ever met personally, but her name is I forget her first name, but her last name is Schoenfeller, and she's like 20, and she's doing great things, and she's sometimes types to me, and I need this advice, or whatever, and I get all kinds of people that ask me for advice just because I've been in it for a while.
Yeah.
And not that I'm any wiser than you or the next person. No, not at all. But I have the experience, and I have been through, the hoops, and I've watched the training evolve. I've watched the business evolve. I've watched the group grow. I mean, I've been around a while, so it's, I suppose, with that comes the privilege of getting people like you that want to interview me. I'm flattered. I'm flattered. And when I took the training, I let me think. I was less than a week, and I was up and running in this business. Honest to God, less than a week. But then, Maria and me didn't have anything else on the go. So, I mean, I gave it my 100%, right? It wasn't like I was working a full-time job like many people who join us are still working full-time, and they eventually quit their jobs. I mean, they can't afford not to.
Yeah, true.
Once you get the momentum going, and if you do this business correctly, like the training teaches you, you set it up properly for yourself, it's like a steamroller. It just, it's like a snowball going downhill.
Yeah.
It just builds size and momentum, and you cannot possibly afford not to quit your job. And even if you were a doctor, like, we've got people, as you know, we've got people from every walk of life that do this, and many are still working part-time, some full-time, but a good many of us who have been around a while are doing this full-time. My coach, Garrett Jensen, and I won't tell you what his T4. And a T4, just so you know, in Canada, a T4 is your official tax document that is issued to you from an employer or a place of business or whatever. So in other words, if you were working for Walmart, let's say, at the end of February each year, they would issue you a T4. And a T4 shows a summary of your earnings, your deductions, taxes, and so on that have come off. And Garrett Jensen, my coach, showed us his T4A. And what I'm going to tell you is, it is 7 digits big. 7 digits. And that is for 2020, Natasha. That is for 1 year. And I'm not, I mean, it's not for me to say what the amount was, but what I can tell you is 7 digits. Like, it's unbelievable. And Garrett's been in it 4 years. He's a little over 4 years. He's been in it longer than me, obviously. But and I've seen other T4s that are 6 digits big. Garrett's is the biggest one that I've seen so far. I'll be honest with you. But I've seen many T4s that are 6 digits big, and I'm talking mid to high range, 6 figures big. Yeah. So, the money alone is it's out of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's mind blowing.
those are the reasons that I got into this business and the online space.
Absolutely. I'm going to give a quick shout out because we have many viewers. So let me see.
That's good, Natasha. I'm glad. And by the way, hello everybody. I'm sorry that I didn't say hello at the beginning, because Natasha and I got chatting, and I totally forgot about saying hello to everybody. So carry on, Natasha.
And if I missed one of you, I'll get back to you all after the interview, because there's so many watching. We have Ewan watching from Vancouver, Canada. We have Josephine watching live. She's in Canada also. We have Amneris watching from New York. We have Honey Lee watching from the Philippines. I mean, we are so global. It's amazing. We have Marilyn watching. She's in Spain. Let me see. We have Julie watching. She's in Canada also. Josephine says, you look younger than your age.
She's talking about you.
We have Lumelin watching from Dubai. We have Zoraya watching from California. We have Mary watching from Israel. We have Rosa also watching. She's watching from Ireland. Oh my gosh. We have Gabriella watching from the UK. Almira from Dubai. We have Lorraine watching from Toronto. Michelle from Italy.
Wow, you've got an awesome following, Natasha. Wow.
Yes, very. Yeah. And Neri says, yeah, that's true. Physical ability declines when we get older, and having something on the back end that can carry us when that time comes is a must, especially during this time that everything is digital. Yeah, true. Yeah, absolutely. We have Chris watching from BC, Canada. Rosa says, risk takers are the winners in life. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have Amelia also watching, and who else? And we have Leslie Madura watching. Yes, his wife is interested in doing this. Unfortunately, we haven't got it in Spanish yet. We are still working on the translation. It takes so much work, and the people doing it are our own members that are doing it in their own time. So yeah, it's a big job.
It's in the works, Natasha. It is in the works, and it's also being translated into
French?
Not Portuguese, French, and one other language, Romanian, I think, or
yeah, and I think in French also.
Yeah. Anyway, it's being done in 3 additional languages that I know of right now.
Yeah.
But no, it's amazing. Like, you know, I have one small favor to ask of you. When we're done the interview, could you send me a link?
Sure. I'll send it to you.
The reason that I ask is because I would like to personally thank each one of the people who have taken the time out of their day to watch. You know, it's quite an honor, and I'm very, very grateful and very, very humbled.
So thank you that you came on with me. I think that my viewers had a good time. Some of them are saying, "Oh, I want to meet." They want to meet Maria. She sounds fun, and Al, you have so much energy. So
my wife is an absolutely amazing person, Natasha. Number one, she is drop dead gorgeous to look at. and number 2, she has a personality that is out of this world. She is the most kind, caring, giving human being on the planet. And you know, if Maria does something, no matter what it is, she puts her heart and soul into it. She's like me. She's committed, and you know, she's passionate about things, and she's just an amazing human being. And anybody that comes in contact with her just instantly falls in love with her, including a lot of guys. but
beware.
But she's my wife. There's no question about it. And you know, she has a lot of guy and girl friends and whatever. We both do. But you know what I was going to say about that is that Maria is one thing that she is not is a risk taker. She calculates everything. She's very methodical. And I shouldn't say she's not a risk taker. She's not careless. She does her homework and looks into things carefully before she makes a decision. And you know,
that's good.
With this business, both of us did. I mean, there was no risk. It was a no-brainer when you really sit down and watch the webinar.
Yeah.
And you know, people are strange in the sense that more often than not, we as human beings, and myself probably included, although I like to think that I'm an exception to every rule, but I'm not, obviously. I'm kidding. But people are strange in the sense that instead of finding one reason why something will work, they will look for 100 reasons why it will not work.
True. I was one of them. I did my research, and I think if I see a bad comment in any place, I'm not doing it. So luckily, I didn't find anything.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's true.
No, it is, Natasha. It is totally. And you know, I've often said, in fact, I still tell people, you know, I've got my email published, I've got my cell phone published, I've got my WhatsApp published. It's all on my page. Because I believe in like Mike and Darren, I believe in 100% transparency and honesty. And if I cannot be in my line of work that is transparent and honest, then you know what? I'm not interested. Plain and simple. True. And so when I say that, I publish everything on my business page. And so I get a lot of emails from people. I sometimes get phone calls. Not that many use my phone. I get a lot of WhatsApp. And people will say, blah, 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 and I'll go, you know what? Instead of finding 100 reasons why it won't work, look for one reason how it can and why it will.
Exactly.
And ask yourself this: why not me? If it works for Alan White and it works for Natasha Jaeger, why not me?
Exactly. Exactly.
And there's 80,000 of us, 80,000 Allens and Natashas, all over the world, from every time zone, from every language. Well, as you know, you probably watch the masterminds just like I do, and you see different people.
Oh, yes.
On the masterminds giving their story and their testimonial in some cases, and but again, until people actually get into it, they can't see all that either. You and I are privileged in the sense that we are involved in the business, and we get all the nuts and bolts and all the longs and shorts and all the shortcomings and the triumphs and the milestones, and I mean, and it's awesome. It's not all wine and roses. Some days you have a tough day.
Yeah, sure.
But comparatively speaking, when I and like I said, I was born at night, but not last night, and I have been in business, self-employment, for more than 40 years. Wow. And I have seen everything that there is to see. I've heard every excuse from every employee. I've heard every lie that, oh, my alarm didn't go off, my coffee pot didn't work. I've heard every excuse of why you would be late, why you can't show up for work today, why blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on and on. And you know what? I was always a very forgiving employer for the most part. But there came a limit with that. And, I can tell you stories, which we won't get into right now, but I can tell you stories of the odd employee who I had to terminate. And, I probably could count them all on one hand, the ones that I ended up firing over 40 years.
Wow.
So, that's a pretty good track record. That speaks pretty loudly for itself, I think, and speaks volumes of, the sort of business that we ran. And so my point being that in this business, it's no different. Maria and me run it like it was our very own, which, it is. I mean, we're all independent business owners, but at the end of the day, it is your business. It is my business. It is Aaron Neth's business. It is whose ever business.
Exactly.
So, we're all a global group or a family of sorts. I had to laugh the other day. I got an email from a lady, and she said, "You guys are like a cult." And I went, "Well, sort of." Because apparently she had been in touch with some other people, about the webinar, and we all told her the same thing. And I'm just saying to her, it's consistent. That is the thing. Whether you talk to Natasha in Spain or whether you talk to Alan T. White in Olds, Alberta, you're going to get the same identical story.
Absolutely.
So it's consistent.
Yeah.
So anyway, I explained that to her, and you know what? She signed in my funnel, and not only that, Natasha, she has since become a business partner.
Wow.
And that all happened within like a 2-week period from the time that she first emailed me and said, "You guys are like a cult, blah blah blah, and I don't think this is for me, and I hate Facebook because I don't agree with Mark Zuckerberg, being a control freak and blah blah blah." So anyway, I explained to her, well, no, I don't necessarily agree with all that either, but don't chop off your nose to spite your face.
Hey.
Take a look at things objectively. Use Facebook for what you need to use it for, maintaining a business page, maintaining a personal profile.
Yeah.
And, take your business elsewhere if you don't want to advertise with Facebook.
Exactly.
We've got all sorts of different domains that we can do that.
Yeah.
So anyway, excuse me. Anyway, I think the moral to this story, Natasha, is that I think the reason that she opted in with me was because I was transparent and honest with her. I told her, I said, well, we are kind of like a cult, I suppose, if you look at it from a far right or far left point of view. maybe we're a bit like a cult, but no, actually we're a big, happy family.
Yeah.
Yeah. That speak 100 different languages.
Exactly. Absolutely.
But anyway, sorry, Natasha, I've dominated this conversation, and I should probably step it up.
You've made it easy for me.
Throw the key away.
We've been talking for 40 minutes.
Have we? Oh my goodness gracious!
Oh no, that was fantastic, Alan. Alan, I'm so glad that you were here with me to share all this, and I'm sure our viewers will get a bit of more insight, and who knows, you might just be the one who just push that bit that says, okay, let's do it, because people are so afraid, people are so skeptical these days, and
they are, and rightfully so. Skepticism is fine. It's just like I say, do not chop off your nose to spite your face.
Exactly.
Keep an open mind. And if I could give people who are watching that are not members of our business, if I could give them one piece of advice, it would simply be this: keep an open mind. Take a look. Be skeptical is fine. I mean, Maria was very skeptical to begin with. And because, we'd been burnt once before, and the story goes on. But, Maria said to me, she said, well, you know best, Al. You know best. And but I'm going to sit behind the scenes, and I'm not gonna dive in right away. So that's what I say. She's not a careless type woman. And when she saw the progress that I was making, when she saw the training, when she, and I'm not going to say met Darren and Mike, because Maria has never met Darren and Mike face to face, but when she met them online, she became convinced that this business is genuine and it's 100% real. It is the furthest thing from a scam or a sham or a deception or any of those other words that you could possibly use. It is the furthest thing. But nevertheless, what I would tell people is keep an open mind. Be skeptical is fine. Keep your guard up for a little while, and we'll make you put your guard down. We'll make you trust us. We'll make you trust the system. We'll make you trust the group. I mean, you can't help it. 80,000 people. That is the population. That is the population of a small city right close to me, where I go shopping. And these people are from all around the world, as you know, Natasha.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to zip it up.
Fantastic. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Alan. That was fantastic. I'm so glad I had you with me.
Thank you as well, Natasha. I am, like I said, I am truly honored and flattered that you even asked me, because, when you get to be my age, not many people want you anymore.
I know. No. And I respect. I truly respect, especially the elder people in our community. I'm not calling you old or anything, but there's so many 60 pluses in our community. I saw Deborah yesterday on our masterminds,
wasn't that
and she made me cry. That woman is awesome.
Honest to God, it brought tears to my eyes when Deborah McClanagan told her journey, her story.
Exactly.
I'm not a crying type person. I'm a caring, compassionate type person. But honest to God, Natasha, it brought a tear to my eyes.
Me too. I thought this is so amazing. The woman didn't even know how to. She didn't even know how to work on Facebook, and look at her now. And I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her late 60s or in her 70s already. She's a grandmother.
She's high 70s. Deborah is pushing 80. Yeah.
So anybody can do this.
To think that she didn't have the money and they were broke, and she went picking bottles. I don't know if they do that in Spain or Holland, where you can go pick bottles, and here in Canada you get a nickel a piece. You go pick up cans, you get a penny a piece. Bottles, you get a nickel a piece. The bigger bottles, I think whiskey bottles, you get 10 cents a piece. So, but wow,
Yeah,
like
it
I
is.
was so moved by her
Yeah,
story.
me too.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
yeah,
I'll
it
see
is
you
amazing.
tonight in tonight's webinar because it's Thursday night and we're having
Yes,
another
it is.
presentation.
It certainly is.
5 p.m.
And
PST,
we're going to
guys.
have
So don't miss it.
lots of signups, Natasha.
Yes, I'm sure of it. We're growing
Yeah,
faster each day. Unbelievable.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
Well,
Alan,
thank you
thank
so
you
much
so much
again,
once
Natasha.
again.
I am honored and flattered that you asked me. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful day.
As they would say in the Magic, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
I'm
Bye-bye.
I'm saying this for my little friend Sonia. She's a
Ah,
little a girl from Kenya, and she's
yeah,
the
she did the
cutest,
magic on her
cute
page.
as a bug's ear. She's the cutest little thing, and she read the
The
Magic
magic on her
one
page.
episode or one chapter
Yes.
per day. I
I
watched
watched her every day. She did
me
an
too.
amazing job. I enjoyed
Didn't she?
it.
Oh my Lord, she was
Yeah.
just absolutely out of this world with her reading, and
Yeah.
such a good reader.
Yes.
You know, it was amazing. I recommend her because she's got it. She's got all the chapters of the Magic posted on her page. So anybody that asks me about the
Exactly.
Magic, I recommend
Oh,
Natasha's
that's
page because
fantastic.
I mean, does it get any better? You don't even have to read it; you
No.
just have to listen. Anyway,
Exactly.
Natasha, thank you so much. I'll let you go
Thank
because
you.
I know that you have better things to do than chat with me.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you very much once again, and adios.
Adios. Oh, that was fantastic. Oh, I had so much fun. I had so much fun with Al. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If I didn't give you a shout out, I'll message you back when I finish this here. So thank you all, guys, for watching. Have a pleasant evening, and I hope to see you all tonight. Remember, you can still register. It's tonight at Canadian time. 5 p.m. PST here in Spain. For us, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. So depending if you want to wait up, and otherwise there's always a replay available once you go to my website. So thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, feel free to message me anytime, and I'll get back to you. Have a great evening. Bye bye.